Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We do have a lot to talk about, including that breaking news in Waterbury. But first, let's say hello to meteorologist Jill Gilardi, because we're also dealing with a little bit of rain out there. Hey, good morning, Jill.
Good morning. Many of us are a little more on the tired side this morning after overnight storms. I'm one of them. Of course, had some scared dogs to tend to. Scattered downpours we're tracking this morning. As we get into the rest of today, there's going to be periodic scattered showers, maybe a little drizzle. It's going to be muggy as well. Tomorrow's a first alert weather day. Rain will impact us in the morning. Then there's going to be some afternoon and then evening thunderstorms to contend with. So first alert live radar. There are some areas of downpours where you see those brighter colors, the orange, the reds, kind of scattered about. So we'll just kind of give you a little view in a few areas of some of those up close. So moving to the east now of Berlin, but Rocky Hill southward, you get a little downpour there. Bolton, Andover, Marlborough, we'll give you a first alert for areas to the east, like in Columbia, for example. This is all tracking in your direction. Now down towards the shoreline where rain is a must with these developing drought conditions. Madison, all the way over towards Old Saybrook, seeing a good amount of rain. And in terms of visibility, not the greatest in some areas. So just giving you a first alert as take it easy out there. You can see some of that fog from Rocky Hill in the distance, damp roadways as well. And then Old Saybrook, the rain is coming down. So as we take a look at first alert futurecasts, the trend is for the coverage to kind of back off. That's through 9 o'clock. It's going to be a day where we'll get into the 70s, and then this afternoon, that's 1 o'clock, but then look at 5 o'clock. Additional development will be a part of the mix. But of course, we're going to get you filled in on tomorrow's first alert weather day. That will be in about 10 to 15 minutes from now. But let's get an update on traffic with Caitlin.
All right, thanks, Jill. Yeah, we got a couple of issues out there as you're getting ready to start your day. First, looks like we are dealing with a fire that maybe has a road blocked off here in Wallingford along Washington Street. Still working to get some more details confirmed for you there. But what we can tell you, first alert here in Hartford. This crash just popped up Route 15 northbound between exits 86 and 87. The left lane is blocked off. You can see this off from the distance. Not the best or clearest image here, but again, active as that just popped up. Still dealing with a crash here in Cheshire. First alerting you to this. It's causing some delays. 84 eastbound between exits 26 and 27. So here are those delays as you're traveling, say, from Waterbury towards Hartford this morning. And then it looks like fire crews and emergency vehicles at least starting to clear the scene here. But we are dealing with this off to that right-hand shoulder still here this morning. So give yourself some time. Another update on both of those incidents, or several of those incidents, I should say, coming up in just about 20 minutes. We'll leave you with your drive times as you're heading out. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, we're on top of breaking news in Waterbury. Schools closed. Homes are now going on 14 hours without water. Crews are working right now to fix a water main just as you're getting ready to start your day.
Let's get to your reporter, Marcy Jones, live where crews are still working right now. Marcy, what's the latest?
Good morning. Well, we certainly have an update from the mayor, but first I just want to give you another look at what we're seeing here on the ground. It is getting a little bit lighter, so the picture is getting a little bit more clear. The loader is on top of that water spewing out right now, because if it wasn't, it would be going nearly 100 feet in the air. That's what one neighbor told us was happening last night. So the mayor told us that the underground infrastructure is more than 100 years old. Thanking everybody for their patience, he estimates right now that 3 to 4 million gallons of water has already leaked out so far. So across Waterbury and Watertown, less than 1,000 homes are without water right now. However, that number could increase. The water main break happened here on Huntington Avenue, but the water is traveling from a facility about 10 miles away and is only escaping through a 2-inch hole, and that's why it's taking a very long time. Now, they can't fix this until the water stops draining, which the mayor estimates to be by early this afternoon. Then crews can go in and start repairs. He also added that there are reserve tanks holding well over 5 million gallons of water that could be used for things like hospitals. As soon as we get another update, we'll bring that to you. But for now, that's the latest. Your reporter live in Waterbury, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Marcy, thank you. Also on top of breaking news, just into our newsroom, a hunter has died after falling from a tree in Enfield. Police tell us it happened around 7 o'clock last night near Weymouth Road. First responders found him about 300 yards into the woods, and he died at the hospital. The victim's name hasn't been released yet. Police still investigating this morning.
Today in New Haven, we'll get an update from police about an arrest in a deadly double shooting. It happened last month during the middle of the day on Dickerman Street. We know one suspect is in custody facing 2 counts of murder. The victims' families are expected to attend today's announcement at police headquarters. Police previously said the shooting started as a fight.
Well, this morning, construction will start again on an offshore wind project that's expected to power 350,000 homes in Connecticut and Rhode Island. Governor Lamont says Revolution Wind is still on track to be finished by next year. Work stopped for a month after the White House paused it over unspecified national security concerns. A federal judge lifted that order earlier this week, allowing the project to move forward.
This morning, leaders are addressing concerns about noise coming from an ongoing construction project near the Waterbury-Naugatuck border. Crews are building an Amazon warehouse off Great Hill Road. Pinpoint News Tracker taking you to that area not far from South Main Street and Route 8. One neighbor told us he hears construction every day, but admits it could be worse.
4:33 every afternoon is a blast, so my house rumbles. And yeah, it is. I'm keeping an eye on my property, make sure there's no crackage or any damage of that sort, but yeah, so far so good.
The mayor says the project is on track to finish up in 2027, creating around 1,000 jobs.
Well, right now, police in Waterbury need your help finding a second person wanted in a deadly shooting last week. Police have issued a warrant for 45-year-old Gerard Brown of Hartford. He also goes by Gerald, police say. A second suspect was arrested in Hartford Monday.
This morning, a mother now awaiting extradition to North Carolina, facing charges related to the death of her child last year. The suspect was arrested in Wethersfield Monday night. Officers say they responded to a domestic issue and found out that she had a warrant for her arrest in North Carolina. Police there say she told them her child fell, but the autopsy found the toddler suffered serious head injuries. The child's father says he wants answers about what happened and is waiting for the results.
Well, this morning, Connecticut will pay more than $2 million to settle claims that it failed to properly supervise a man who admitted to killing a visiting nurse back in 2023. 63-year-old Joyce Grayson was found dead in the basement of a halfway house in Willimantic. The man who killed her was on probation for stabbing and sexually assaulting a woman in 2006. Grayson's family hopes to meet with state leaders to come up with ways to prevent similar crimes in the future.
7:08 right now. Jimmy Kimmel returned to the air for some ABC viewers following controversial comments.
Yeah, many people in our state, though, still couldn't watch the show because 2 media groups didn't air it. That includes Nexstar, which owns the ABC station here in Connecticut. Nexstar is also seeking FCC approval right now for a merger with Tegna. Last week, Kimmel claimed that the suspect accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk was connected to the MAGA movement. He addressed those comments last night.
It was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
Now, Kimmel also thanked people who supported his show during the suspension. Well, right now we're getting an inside look here at the police response to an accidental shooting at an apartment building in Groton.
Channel 3 has the body cam video and the 911 calls from the investigation last week. That's where your reporter Taylor Knight picks up our coverage.
Officers here at the Groton Police Department got frantic 911 calls last Sunday saying that someone had been accidentally shot at the Phoenix Park Apartments. This morning, we're getting a closer look at exactly what was happening in those moments after the gun went off. Caleb Bean told police he was cleaning his AR-15 in his apartment when the gun went off, sending a bullet through his ceiling, hitting his upstairs neighbor. Groton police released body camera footage showing the moments police arrived to find that neighbor heavily bleeding from her leg. First responders rushed that woman to the hospital where she was immediately taken into surgery. Police say that she is still recovering, but she does have movement back in her leg. Here's what it sounded like when police started getting those panic-stricken 911 calls.
My girlfriend woke up out of her sleep and there's a whole huge hole in her leg. There's blood everywhere. She's passing out. I need someone here now.
I went shooting with my friends today. I was putting my rifles up. I accidentally had a negligent discharge that went through the ceiling. It hit my upstairs neighbor.
Bean's bond was set at $15,000. He was told that there will be a hearing on Monday to determine whether or not he will be allowed to keep those guns in his possession. You can see more of that body camera footage on our website, WFSB.com. Your reporter in Groton, Taylor Knight, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Taylor, we have a heads up for drivers in New Haven this morning. Work is underway on a major construction project on State Street.
The road there is going to be reduced from 4 lanes of traffic down to just 2. So crews will add in bicycle and pedestrian lanes there. They're also building some new apartments and retail space.
All right, some businesses say they were not aware of all those detours and parking changes that are happening today, but city leaders say it's only for a short time and the project will benefit the city in the long run.